Good morning, everybody, and welcome to A Ship Called Relation. I'm your host, Jason Galka, today, and we are talking about everything relationship in the weeks to come. Today we're talking about marriage proposals today, okay? So if you're in a serious relationship, semi-serious relationship, thinking about marriage proposing, you're not quite sure if you're really at that point yet, well, hopefully by the end of this segment, you either will be or you won't be. That's how it's going to go. And joining me today is a lovely panel of ladies. I have Brittany, Kelly, and Tony joining me today. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. Good morning. So,
interesting topic.
It is an interesting topic. I mean, we all have been in relationships or we're looking to get into a relationship, and then there comes the time when you're ready to pop the question. So how do we feel about that? Brittany, I'm going to start with you. What is your relationship status? Let's start with that.
I am dating someone. We are in a relationship, but we don't live together, and we don't really have plans to be engaged anytime soon, so at least as far as I know.
But do you want to be engaged one day?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay, and get married. I mean, that's the whole thing. To get married, have the house, the white picket fence, the station wagon. Okay. Kelly, how about you?
I'm in a relationship. I live with my boyfriend. It's serious. Yeah, we talk about that stuff, I think, soon-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
We're getting there.
How long have you been together?
No, like tomorrow. No, tomorrow, no. No, yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, excellent. And Tony, how about you?
I also have a boyfriend. We've been together for like 7 months now, so it's fairly new.
Pretty
but
serious.
yeah,
You're over that 6-month hump.
yes,
right?
we are.
That's
Yeah, that was definitely that's really is like the turning point for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, boy. And then it gets a little bit more comfortable and. You know, maybe not so good either, but...
Well, if you can get over that 6-month hump, you have a pretty good shot of going into a long-term relationship. Is that a good time to start thinking about marriage? What do you guys think?
No.
No?
Sorry, I'm really against that. I think that you don't really know someone until you've been with them for like a year. I think every boyfriend I've had, I thought I knew them after 6 months, and then a year rolls around, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What? I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, I do agree with Brittany. I think a year is a better time.
Because you really get to know each other more. And as you're living with your boyfriend, I mean, you really see his ins and outs. So it kind of really makes you think, do I want to be married to him, knowing that he leaves his clothes on top of the hamper instead of inside the hamper? Like, how much
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Well, you're harsher than I am. I love it.
She's right.
So, well, throughout this show also, we'll be taking your live tweets. I do see some things coming in, so we'll get to that in just a few moments. And as you tweet us, we're going to put everybody's Twitter name into a hat, so to speak, and we're going to give away a date night at the end of the show. So definitely get those questions in at Jason Galka, JasonGalka. And Tony, I want to ask you actually, now with your boyfriend over that 6-month period, you're not at all thinking about marriage, or you kind of sort of are?
You know what? I have a lot of friends right now that are either married or engaged, so I guess it's kind of that time period, but I know right now I'm just not established enough myself, and I don't think he is at this point to really consider marriage for sure. Yeah. Just taking it, step at a time and see where we go,
Okay. So let's talk about what we want in a marriage proposal. Now we've reached that point. What's like the ideal marriage proposal for you, Brittany?
I would like him to come in on an elephant with like a band. No. I used to think I wanted something big and extravagant, and then the more I thought about it, I really just want to like my ring. I don't really care how it's done, as long as it's personal and he puts a little bit of effort into it and does something that he knows that I want to be surprised. I don't want it to be typical. I don't want it to be like we're out to dinner like we always are, and then I don't care if everyone at the restaurant knows that I'm getting engaged. I'd rather it be a little more private and personal and a little thought out.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I agree. I like the private thing better. I see these people, they do the big whole thing in front of all these people, or like the flash mob.
You did the flash mob?
Well, my fiance he's actually in the room, but he doesn't want to be on camera. He's in the studio with us. But what he did was he brought me to Rockefeller Center around Christmas time, so we were in front of the tree and the ice skating, and that's when he popped the question when our song came on. So it was very beautiful.
That's nice,
And it's something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, it's New York university, no one's watching you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's cute, though. I like that.
Absolutely.
So we did something that you liked and knew that you would really appreciate.
Absolutely.
I think
so
that's
it's something
what
I'll
counts.
always remember, and I think that's
Yeah.
important. Like, let's pass this on to our gentlemen viewers. Like, you want it to be memorable as well, because if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, then make it worthwhile, make it memorable,
Yeah.
go all out.
We want to tell our kids.
And your
Brag to our
grandkids.
friends.
Make sure
I want to
there's a-
one-up
there's
her.
a
So.
photographer though too. You want to see the face of the girl when they get the ring too, because I
Right.
feel like that's
That's a good
that's such a
picture.
moment that you can again share with everybody and be like, oh my gosh,
With
like,
her mascara running.
I'm super excited.
Beautiful shot.
Hey, memories.
So now shopping for the ring. Now I'm a believer, and I don't want to know what my ring's going to look like. Like I told him sort of what I wanted. I says I want a stud, I want a nice band, and something that when we get the wedding bands, it's something that'll go very nicely together.
I like your ring.
Thank you. Well, I'm a bling bling kind of person. But how important is it to you to go shopping for the ring? I mean, do you want to know what you're getting, or do you want to be surprised?
I even though I'm not looking toward engagement anytime soon, I will send pictures of rings that I like. I'm like, ooh, look at this one. So I definitely have a type of ring that I like, and I used to want to be there to pick it out, but I think that if I could pick out like maybe 3 and then like somewhere down the line he picks one out, I think that would work. I used to really want to be able to pick out my ring, but I have to wear it every day. I better like it.
Okay, good point. Good point.
So I think that it should be something that he knows that I like, but it doesn't have to be exactly like one of the ones that I want, as long as it's in the same like genre of the ones that I.
Okay, interesting. I'm kind of with you on that. I want to be surprised.
Yeah, I agree. I like the surprise. My boyfriend has about 5 options that I like, and I said just keep it like something that is similar to this, and that's it. I don't want to go shopping for it or anything though. Just you have a general idea of what
It
I
kind
like.
of takes the fun out of it, I think.
Yeah,
and then when you get it, you're like, oh,
Well,
thank
this is
you, I'm
exactly what it
excited.
turned out.
you know?
Yeah, like exactly. So.
As opposed to,
Yeah, I completely agree.
Okay, good.
Have you ever met someone who just hated their ring?
I haven't met someone that hated their, mainly because my friends went shopping for the ring with their man.
Okay.
And I was like, why do that? Like, just kind of tell him what you want and
Yeah,
what you're looking
exactly.
for, and let him use his judgment on that.
Yeah.
But it's in all respects, some men are kind of clueless when they go
true.
ring
Yeah,
shopping
yeah,
too,
they
so
are.
they do need that little bit of help.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways.
Yeah.
And that way, you should also maybe bring like a sister or best friend, so that
True.
so that they kind of have an idea of what you're looking for. You can tell them, like, listen, this is what I'm looking for. If they
Right.
ask you,
Yeah.
take them with you.
Yeah.
So then that way,
idea.
it's not. So he's really picking it out, but also you're getting kind of your input in, but it's
Yeah.
not. You don't really know what you're getting. So.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good tip. Yeah, bring the sister along, because who knows you better than your sister?
Yeah.
You grew up
Yeah.
together, probably shared a bedroom together, so you know yourselves
Exactly.
inside and
Yeah.
out. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
It's a good one.
So now we're getting to the point where we're going to start to pop the question now. I mean, some men can be afraid of that. Why do you think that is?
Because it's a huge commitment.
It
It's like
is.
forever. Well, I guess nowadays it doesn't have to be forever, but I mean that's your goal, right?
Right.
It's supposed to be.
The idea of it.
It's a big commitment, and then you have a lot of opinions from family and friends, and then you see your friends all getting engaged, and then you feel pressured sometimes that maybe should I do it now? Should I wait?
Absolutely.
And I think that there's just a lot of pressure on the person, and just a lot of opinions involved that really shouldn't be, in my opinion.
Absolutely. No, that's actually something I want to talk about, because I feel like a lot of times in these relationships, there's too much family butting in. And I think it's between, you and your boyfriend and you and your boyfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, whatever your situation is. You really need to have the families kind of out of it. I mean, it's okay to take, mom's opinion on what she thinks of your man, but what you do with it is your doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the families kind of need to step back, and I do know one gentleman right off the top of my head that his family is pressuring him, her family is pressuring him so bad that they gave him a ring to give to her.
Yes.
Like how
my
God.
crazy
someone
is
like
that?
Yeah, we had a similar. We had someone that happened to recently, actually.
Like, talk about pressure
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sweating. Like, I don't know. For me, I think that would kind of make me run, because it's like, why are you
Yeah.
forcing me to be with your daughter in this
right.
sense?
I think as long as you and your partner know, like, family's pressuring me, but this is where I'm at. Where are you at? And you guys have a mutual understanding. You don't need to worry about what they're saying.
And I kind of want to stress too, like, even though your relationship might have some issues that you need to work out, it doesn't mean you're in a bad relationship either. You know, everybody has like some insecurities about themselves or the relationship, but that's stuff you can work out together. It doesn't mean you're in a bad relationship and you shouldn't marry. Right.
I agree. I feel like if you were in this perfect relationship and you never fought, then how are you in a good relationship? I feel like that's
perfect
almost
relationship
not
does not
healthy.
exist.
Yeah, it's like
Perfect
something's
does not
wrong
exist.
here.
So it's weird if you're not fighting,
Plus, it's
honestly.
fun to fight sometimes.
Yeah, right?
You get to be told that you're right.
Yes.
You make up.
That is so true. That is so true. Okay, so we actually have a tweet coming in, and this one is from Green Eyed Devil Lady. Hi, Jason. I'm interested in knowing your thoughts if a woman should propose to a man. Interesting question.
Well, the modern woman might say yes.
I say no. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I'm kind of with the
I am a traditional opinion. I am very, definitely.
No, I feel like if the man can't ask the woman to marry him, then he probably
either doesn't want to or he's not.
Right.
He's not ready.
What else is he not gonna be able to do?
Yeah,
you know? Like, is he
it's
not
true.
gonna cook dinner? Is he
Yeah.
not gonna like get a job?
Hopefully he has that.
I don't know. Hopefully,
That's
I
very
feel
true.
like that's like, come on.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I feel like it's the man's job to propose to the woman. I mean, that's the way it's been since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm very traditional like that, and I like the big, to-do kind of wedding, things like that. So that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's different. So if the woman wanted to, I mean, more power to you.
Yeah.
For me, if I had to propose, then I would probably not be with that person.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come
sorry,
on.
Chris.
Sorry, Green Eyed.
I totally agree. It's definitely something that a man should be doing at this day and age even.
Yes.
And again, it has a lot to do with the families too, I think, because I feel like some of the families sometimes put it in the men's head, oh, when are you going to marry my daughter? When are you going to pop the question to my daughter? And that kind of scares them a little bit too. But also, I want to talk about like some insecurities in relationships as well, and things that you can overcome together. And then both be comfortable when it comes time to pop that question. What are some things you think might also be scaring men based on your experiences as women?
I think that, like Tony, what you were saying before, how you're not really stable with like financial and everything, that I think finances have a lot to do with it. I feel like a lot of times a man thinks, okay, if I get married, then I'm going to have kids, and I'm not ready for kids and all this other stuff. So I think that, just the fear of the future almost a little bit could deter them from proposing, but I think a lot of it has to do with finances these days. I mean, all of us have huge student loans, and our jobs might not be the best to be able to pay for a wedding and then a house and a honeymoon. So it's, I think a lot of it's finances and, commitment. Their friends, are all like, come on, stay single.
What are you doing?
So that we can go out every night.
Yeah, exactly. And not talk to girls.
Hang out with each other.
Pretty much.
So that's what I think.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that especially with our generation, that's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
definitely
know.
different, as you said, especially with generations this day and age. I mean, it's so much harder, even to live here on Long Island. It makes it that much more difficult to be able to afford the American dream this day and
I
age.
have all my friends from college getting married, but they're all from Maryland. And they're all getting married, and they have these awesome weddings, but they're either making good money or it's just not expensive there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends getting engaged, but they're in like Pennsylvania and Jersey. I mean, Jersey's pretty expensive too, but not many from Long Island.
yes, exactly. It's funny. It's all my friends from college that are like
Wow.
either engaged or married, and then all my friends from Long Island. I think I have one that's engaged.
So tip number one, you have to move off Long Island
Yeah,
to get married.
yeah.
Pretty much be able to afford. You make the money here, and then you move, and then you have
Yeah,
more money
right.
when you go down. So.
Good point, good point.
I mean, I know people though that they got engaged and they've been engaged for like 5 years. I mean, how long is too long
Yeah.
to be engaged? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I feel like it ruins the whole excitement of the wedding and everything, you get so comfortable that you just forget to plan your wedding. It's like,
That's very true, actually.
You know?
And I know several people that had I know somebody that was engaged for 7 years. They ended up breaking it off, but it's like they were living together and also, living the life of marriage, but they just didn't have that extra ring and that document. But I mean, how important really is that document? I mean, if two people are comfortable not being married, I mean, that's okay.
yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think that a lot of people get married, just to celebrate, with friends and family. Like, we're married now, and this is a commitment. I think it's, it's the legal commitment is what marriage is really. It's saying that you can't do that, or I'm gonna get all your money and your house. No, but I mean, some people look at it like that. I mean, I think that it's, you got to be safe. You got to think like there's so much legal stuff behind it. It kind of ruins the whole, beauty behind what marriage really is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be just a commitment between two people to stay together forever, and a celebration of your love for each other. And I can understand why people don't want to get married. It's so, I don't know, it's just kind of scary. It's just like, sign this paper.
For people. That's what it is. Because it's a lot of what we already talked about. It's, you're going to be with that one person, and there's finances involved. Like you're now going to be splitting finances down the middle, or splitting a home down the middle. I mean, that's scary stuff. But who says you can't be married and live in an apartment someplace and live a simpler life?
Exactly.
I mean, if you love the person, you'll make it work however you want. But now, planning the whole wedding, I mean, how big is too big when we're actually at that stage?
I mean, if you have the money, go all out. Right?
It's
if you don't, then
I think
Kind
it's
of from
totally up to
shopaholics
you.
like us.
if you got it, flaunt it.
No, I think it's up to you. It's really what you want. Some people like the cozier and more intimate thing. Some people like the big flashy.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a
preference.
Yeah,
for sure.
preference.
And how you feel.
I want a small, intimate wedding. I don't care about details like silverware or plates. I don't care about that stuff.
That's what we were saying. Good food, good music. Good drinks.
But that's
all
like the
you
so
really get.
overwhelming thing. Like you have to pick a song for this and a song for that, and table linens. I mean, it's fun for some people if you love to shop, like some of us do. But for others, it's very overwhelming. That can kind of be like a deal breaker too. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that so much stress is put on planning the wedding that it could cause problems in the relationship, and that's when it's just not good.
Absolutely.
Either hire a wedding planner or keep it simple if it's gonna like take toll on your relationship.
If that's stressing your relationship out, you need to step back and take a minute from planning and be like, all right,
What's
this
really
is not why we're
important
doing this.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Overall, it's very important to talk, I think. I mean, it's such a small 4-letter word, but you can accomplish so much if you just open up to each other. And that's going to be another topic we're going to be discussing is conversation with your significant other in the weeks to come.
But talking about marriage, I was wondering, and weddings, what were your thoughts of like a destination wedding? Because I feel like those are more common now to get that kind of intimate, just a couple people that you really want to be there to celebrate your special day.
Yeah, I mean, I know a couple people that actually done that, and they had beautiful photos. I mean, not everybody could be there, but then again, a lot of people. I also want to cover that a lot of people aren't financially able to go to a wedding. I mean, let's face it, you have to give a lot of money at a wedding. And in this day and age, as we talked about earlier, not a lot of people have that. So I'm kind of all for a destination wedding. You have a small, intimate group of close family and friends, and you're celebrating. It's more about the two people, I think. Anyway, that's what it should be about.
I agree. Yeah, I think destination weddings. I would love to have a destination wedding, but I would feel guilty doing it, knowing that some people couldn't be there that I would want to be there. So, and then maybe I couldn't afford to pay for it
putting
to
the pressure on them
to come
up with the money to get there, and they're doing all this. And
so, I think it's something that you should talk about with the people that you would want to come and to be open about it. Be like, this is what I was thinking about. Is it something that's doable for you? If not, we'll do something here and then we'll go on our honeymoon. Like, there.
Works for me. I love it. Okay, so we're getting ready to close, I'm sure. So let's go out with some final tips for people here. I kind of wrote some down myself just based on my own personal experiences. What to ask yourself when you're considering marriage and popping the question. Ask yourself, why hasn't it happened yet? Little recap, it could be because you have issues that could simply be resolved between yourselves. Right? It doesn't mean you're in a bad relationship, like we said earlier. And you want to make sure that you're also financially set a little bit more.
Wait, I have a question though on
Sure.
that topic that we didn't hit on. when do you think someone should propose? Like, should they wait 8 years while they're with someone to propose, or?
No, I don't think it should be that long.
No.
I would.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
I
that
know
is a long
people
time.
who are
I mean,
in
I'm going to share a little
Yeah.
story with me. Truthfully, it could be anytime you feel ready, and I'll
Okay.
tell you why. Because I got engaged
agree.
2 months after meeting John.
That's really quick.
Yeah, and we've been together 2 years now. We'll be 2 years in September that we'll be together. So it's really when you feel it's right and you're in love with that person and you eat, sleep, breathe, think that person, then you're ready to, of course, if it's mutual, then you're ready to pop the question.
Make sure it's mutual. That's important.
If it's not mutual, that could be a little scary.
Yeah.
We're borderline stalkerish there.
Yeah.
But really, I think any time. And what do you
agree.
guys think?
No, I agree. I know my cousin has been married to her husband for almost 15 years now, and they got engaged after 6 months. They got married 5 months later. 2 kids.
Wow.
Couldn't be happier. So I think it is what you said. When you know.
There's fluke stories like that.
Yeah.
It's
It
amazing.
doesn't always work out, but I think, like you said,
But I think in a lot of relationships, there are minor little issues, like I said earlier, and that's stuff that you could work out between yourselves. You're not in a bad relationship. It's not dead end. You can certainly talk it out and get through it, unless it's something really, really major.
Yeah.
But those are topics we're going to cover in the weeks to come, so keep checking back. So I believe we're getting ready to wrap it up, right? How you guys feeling?
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a good time. Thank you for all of your
too.
advice and
Thanks.
tips.
Probably gonna go on Pinterest after this.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. I'm glad that we got to share these views today. And next week, tune back in because we're going to be talking about first dates, okay? So now we're going to circle back a little bit from marriage proposal and go back to day one when you're going out on that first date. What to wear, what to do, where to go, what not to do. And also, if you're into the online dating, what to do when you meet that person and they don't fit their profile picture. How to handle that awkward situation next week. I'm Jason Galka. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.